Pixels. I think I've seen that one before. I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter. It is I, Menace Snowdecker. Welcome back to another YouTube video of Beyblade Land. And once again, we are back working on Istros. We're not going to finish it today, I know that much, but I can at least hope and pray deep down inside that I make some decent progress today. I'm not sure where to begin working on this. I really don't know. I guess for starters, I can try to determine where the middle is going to be. Because I have no idea whatsoever how to keep going here. Okay, so the whole size of the driver seems to match about the size of the middle section here. So if I just... match these... that should give me a good starting point. At least I hope. This is so confusing because a lot of this is still going to be showing as I build it upward. And I'm going to be honest, this bay is becoming harder and harder to keep together because I keep taking it apart and putting it back together just because of how freaking complex this one small thing is. It's not just, oh, I'm building a layer anymore. I got all these protruding parts that are showing, and it makes it very difficult for me. You know, for Beyblade, that's literally the worst in history. It's surely overly complex for no gosh darn reason. If it was a Beyblade like Achilles, I'm sure it would have been done by now. Shoot, I'm more than positive I'd probably be done by now. Oh, brother. Well, at least I determined one thing. Unfortunately, what I've determined does not help me in the slightest. I'm actually at a point I might just take a break on this and come back to it someday. And that is super unlike me when I'm in this current state because I want to keep going. I want to get this done. And the longer I progress on this, the more frustrated I become because it's getting on my nerves. I guess I'll start there. I don't know what else to do here. What the heck? Where's my audio? Hold on. Okay, yeah, that was weird. I don't know what it is with my audio lately. It just keeps trying to cut in and out for no reason. Alright, for starters, this whole area has to be replaced with glass. Because this lines up exactly where... Not what I wanted to do. This lines up exactly where the whole middle section actually is. So that whole section needs to be glass. Ah. There we go. Oh yeah, and I guess I should mention I moved my face over here in one of my recent videos because I realized that it was getting a bit odd for me. Seeing my face on the left side. I'm so used to doing that because I have my face on the left side because everything's on that side when my face is on the left. No, there. My face was all the way over there on the other side of the screen. And it got weird because it looked like I was looking off in the distance. I was never actually looking at what I was making or recording, and it kept feeling weird to me, so I finally had enough and I changed it. I'm not doing a good job today. Alright, let's see here. For the most part, it keeps the same shape until this last area. It gets a tad thicker at the end. If it reaches that area, then that supposedly means that it's about to finally burst. Now I gotta copy this exact same shape all the way around, or do I? Hang on. That's the middle. Let me do something real quick here. You see, this area does not attach to where the middle section here is. This is part of the layer itself. Now, that being said, I made a mistake in here. to fix this. But I'm not sure how yet. I'm really trying to do a good job every time I make one of these. I did really good on the metal fight bay, and I'm starting to think metal fight bays might be my specialty at this point. X is a bit tricky once I get to the layer. Burst is definitely proving a lot more difficult. This isn't one that just attaches like the ratchets of Beyblade X or screws on like Metal Fusion. Or sits a lot more snugly like on the old Beys. This one's literally held together. And it's actually proving a lot more difficult than it should. I thought this would be flat out simple, but it's showing me how wrong I am. I can't say I like this at all. Alright, let's just go ahead and draw an imaginary line here. Use another color that's not orange or white. Something that pokes out, something that doesn't belong. How about pink? There we go. This will help me determine where the middle is. No, I'm not referring to the middle of the bay. I'm referring to the middle of the frame. The line going down the middle that separates the right and the left side. And now that I've done that... Yeah, for the most part, looks like it lines up there. But I'm not sure how to determine that section yet. This is going to become tricky. Alright, so I got 3 layers here that I can work with. The top one, just ignoring the thunder, which is being intrusive for no reason. Alright, so this area is going to fill in. I'm going to build this up one so I can still determine where the middle section is here. But this whole area becomes solid. Solid plastic. There's no clear plastic here, there's no metal, it's just unsee-through plastic. Completely white. And not many people are going to be able to see the interior, so I don't care about the color change. This is all going to go a whole layer above the driver. I'm not sure how to determine all of its features yet. I'm still working that part out inside my head here. I don't know what section I really should be starting with. But determining the height of this, that is a good point. And I can say that the height of it goes right about to here, where these are. So that gives me 3 blocks of space to work with. Alright, you know what? I've had enough of you. Just rain. Thank you. So this will give me 3 blocks to work with in terms of height. That'll give me more than enough space here to add in the thickness required for the white plastic and the clear plastic. And it'll also give me space to add in some detailing work, which will help make it look a whole lot better. And on a real-life Hasbro Beyblade, which is what this one is, right underneath this layer there would be a QR code, which I'm not going to add because no one's going to be able to see it, and even if I did add it, no one would be able to scan it, so there's no point wasting my time trying to add that in. So any step I can skip, I will, because that'll save me a little bit of time. I'm building all these after all, till I die, so yeah, I'll just keep building. And as I keep saying, I'll probably be building these till the day I die. There's a whole bunch of features here that I could start trying to figure out that could help me determine sizing, shaping. The problem is I don't know the angles in which I should start building them yet. So for now, all I can do is what I can see. And that's not really much to go off of. But the sooner I determine these areas, the sooner I can start this type of construction. So inside this, there would be the actual frame piece. How big is that? I need a tape measure, something I can measure with. Just a moment. I'm gonna try a different method. I'm gonna use a pen, and I'm gonna use the Beyblade, and I'm gonna mark out where I see the length of this circle that becomes the center of this bay. So just give me a moment here. I'm trying something. I want to see how big this is compared to the driver. Come on, pen, come on. There it goes. So that's side 2. Let's see how big that is compared to this. I'm also trying not to get ink on these. I've gotten some Beyblades from people that have literally been Sharpied. It's rather awful. Okay, so that's about the size of that piece. That answers my question. Now I know how big that section's gonna be. And although we're not up to the height yet, I can still build up to it. Where's my measuring tools? Are they... No, wait, hang on. That's the end, right? Yeah, so it should be this way. Where's my measuring tools? How big was that piece? Because I just buried it and I don't feel like digging it out. Okay, it's you. Okay, so 13. So 13 all the way around. That was very close to what we had there in terms of size. Now I need another color so I can actually piece this together. 3, 6, 9, 12. Hang on, was that 2 spacing I had there, or was that 3? Sorry, I'm dropping the ball here. I'm tripping. Okay, so sets of 2, and then I just extended it by 1 on the outside. Okay. I was gonna say, I could have sworn it was 13. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So that equals our 13 spacing. That gives us an accurate size here to work with when it comes down to making this middle frame piece. But this part is just... it's about a hair larger, so I'm going to increase it on 1 block all the way around. I'm using so many colors to try to figure this thing out. This is super painful for me. I highly doubt all the other burst bays are going to be about the same size. But just in case they are, I'll put this down here too. Just put that there for now. I don't know for certain if they're going to be the same size or not, but I'll figure that out later on. Okay. And since this goes all the way to the top, we're just going to go ahead and build this up by 1. This leaves quite a bit of space on the inside. But this does leave a section that I can now actually recreate properly. So all this part here goes away. All the emerald. The pink can stay on the outside for now, but the inside has to go away, because we're going to fill that in with orange. This is one of the decal work parts of Istros itself. It kind of looks like a exclamation point. That's probably the best description I can give here. So first things first, we're just going to go ahead. Actually, if I put carpet down and we get hit by a lightning bolt, fire won't spread, but it could still take damage. Is there another block I have that's just equally as light, but a bit more durable? No, that's darker. Wood wouldn't work either. Shoot, okay. You see, I could turn off the weather going forward, but I don't want to. I like having the weather. They don't know. I guess I'll just use this for now. Yeah, so one side's gonna remain white, so I'll just put that down for right now. Or one section of this going down the middle, more accurately. I was going to go ahead and fill this whole section in because I don't know how much of this I'm going to be punching out yet. This part doesn't stay flat. It actually rounds itself out. Kind of like the surface on a ball. So let's just go ahead and try to create this design. It doesn't go all the way down, but it does go far enough, and this part creates... I guess we could go and just call this an exclamation point. The little circle at the bottom. It's a bit rounder. It's more like an oval. It's not like a circle. Keeping that shape up here, it sort of just widens out as it goes. Oops. And then it sharply turns upward towards the end. So, kinda like that, and that looks absolutely horrendous. That is horrible. I don't feel like I'm staring at an exclamation point. I feel like I'm staring at a cyclops. If only there was more ways I could use blocks in here. I mean, I suppose all things considered, that is better. Yeah, that's a little bit better than what we had. Even if it still looks horrible. Definitely better. Now there's 6 lines going inward, 3 on each side. I'm not going to be able to make this look as nice as I would like for it to. So for that, I do apologize. But it's a lot like that, actually. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hang on. 4. I'm going to see if I can round this out just slightly. I'm just going to use some different colors in here. It'll add just a hair of contrast. It won't add enough to make that big of a difference. But it'll be good enough for those of good eyesight to tell, okay, that's a different type of block he used there. And he must have had a reason. Okay, there, that rounds it out just slightly. I suppose that's good enough. I should be able to start determining the other locations for these parts now. It's still going to be a little bit tricky going forward. But it should still be doable. I'm going to be honest, I cannot wait to be done with this one. This has truly been absolutely horrendously exhausting. Yeah, I think I'm going to take a break after this one, start on a different project for a little while. Because I need a break from Istros for a while. This thing has been driving me up a creek and just driving me crazy. Maybe I'll build some more launchers in the main center. Maybe that's what I'll do. Just take a break from this thing for a little while. Alright. Could I at least determine the blades on this thing? Supposedly, Istros is supposed to be a crab. So they put 6 little legs that look like they're protruding here in the center. At least they look like legs. Where do those get placed? So one goes about here. Another one goes about there. They're not exactly centered. They're off-put a little bit on purpose. Which is rather odd. One is about right here. Following this pattern. Another one right about there. So if I follow this, this will put my last two around these spots, I think. Looks like. And move that one down one. Alright, seems accurate enough. So what this is going to do is these are going to bend upward and then curve a little. Wish I had something to mount this on so I could actually see this better. Sorry, I'm just lost in my thoughts here. Yeah, once I'm done with this Beyblade, I never want to come back to this one ever again. This has been my most painful one so far, and this is just an early Gen Bey. It's funny because as you go further down the line, the Beys become a lot simpler to look at. They're a lot easier to piece together because all the parts fit together. But in a lot of the earlier ones, there's a lot of exposed parts, a lot of areas that aren't really accounted for. And most of the other Beys, this whole section of the driver is actually completely hidden. But for this one, that's not the case. You can literally see this entire section underneath the Bey. You can see it clear as day. And that is truly bizarre. I never really fully noticed that with Istros until now. So all this is just throwing me off. It's wasting my time. Because this is not what I'm used to with Beys. I'm used to the parts being hidden underneath. But for this one, it's just completely exposed. So it's no surprise to me at all that Istros kind of sucked all these years. I mean, it's just not that durable. It's not good at maintaining its stamina against attack types. It's not good at just doing its job. It's basically just one of those Beys that you know is existing somewhere in there and never improving because it stinks. This is most infuriating for me because I'm trying to piece this together the best I can, and I'm doing a horrible job. I mean, design-wise, it looks nice, but trying to build this is a pain. I don't even know how to go about making these legs here. How do I even describe this? It goes up. Literally. And then it comes down. and then it curves, but it doesn't touch the wall. It keeps going inward. And I'm not sure how to build this other than something like that, and that is not accurate at all. That looks horrible. That's not what these legs look like. It looks kind of like a lightning bolt. That does not look like a lightning bolt. How the heck am I supposed to recreate this darn thing? You see why my brain's struggling now? I'm trying to picture this in a block form, and I'm stalling. It's not working. I'm drawing a blank here. How the heck? I don't know. I don't know how to make you. You'd think this would be easier, but it's not. It's incredibly painful. Okay. Yeah, no, I can't even process this. I can't even think. I got the center of Istros done, so that I can be happy with today. But I am literally drawing a blank. I have to start on something else. I cannot continue like this until I get a good read on how I can make these legs. I am serious. Without these legs, I won't be able to determine anything else. And although this looks so simple in person, this is painful for me. I mean, that's better, but it doesn't reach out as far as it needs to. It needs more curve. And that needs to drop down lower. Gosh dang it, how do I curve you? It still looks wrong. I mean, yeah, that's better, but... Ah... That does it. I gotta pause on this one. I need to start on something else right now. I need to. This is wasting my brain cells. I can't think at all. I know what it is I'm trying to make, I just can't make it. This is vexing for me. This is absolutely infuriating. And to think, I gotta do this literally 6 more times. Actually, 7 more. Yeah, because there's gonna be white ones in here that are almost invisible because they look like glass. And if I count my failure here, then that's 8. I have to do this 8 times. This is not a good day for me. How the heck do I build you? I had absolutely almost no trouble at all with the other 3 I've made so far, and now you stump me, a burst bay. One of the simplest forms, a literal G2 Beyblade. It's only a G2. Flippin' hell. Alright, I'm just gonna stop here for right now. And next time I'm on here tomorrow, I'm just gonna start building something else. I need to pause on this for a little while to think about it, to come back to when I have a clear state of mind. And when I do, maybe, just maybe then, I won't be so frustrated and I'll be able to try to figure out where I went wrong with these legs. And I can just try to make them. This is agonizing for me. Actually, no, I'll delete that. Alright, well, thank you everybody so much for watching. I'm sorry, but I need a breather. I need one. I have not stopped on anything I've started so far other than the main location because I knew I was going to keep altering it further down the road as I went. But this one, I need to stop on. I need to take a breather, come back when my mind's clear, and right now, that is not the time. Now is just not the time. Once I determine where those 6 legs are, I should be able to start going forward again. But for now, I just gotta stop. Get my head straightened out. I'll come back to working on Istros eventually, but right now I need a break. So, thank you everybody who did watch this all the way through. If you do like the progress so far, then give this a like. And if you want to see more Beyblade builds in here, then please subscribe. And like always, this is Menace Snowdecker signing off, and I will see you next time. So bye-bye. Have a great day, everybody. Don't forget to smile, because remember, a smile a day goes a long way. Hope to see you all back here. Jeez. Where'd that come from? Yeah. Hope to see you all back here again soon. One more thing before you go, could you please check out the links in the description below, give them a follow, and join the Discord server as well. Recommend some more games for me to play and some more Beyblades for me to build in Minecraft. And while you're at it, go check out the Facebook group, Beys and Builds Official. You can post anything and everything Beyblade related or Minecraft related that you want. Hope to see you all back here again soon. Bye-bye.